Hey Libra, how are you? Mary Ellen here from Moonrise Cottage Soul Tarot. Wonderful to be with everybody. Once again, it's been quite a while. I think it's been over a month since I published a video. As many of you know, I'm out on my spiritual walkabout for this coming year of 2020, and I have lots of exciting things to discuss with you. I've been having my own very deep inner process. So while I am in the process and have been in the process, and my guides are chattering in the background and will continue to be words like that coming through all throughout the year, literally, because I'm an earth sign, restructuring myself. We're all going to do it. I am in the process of restructuring this YouTube channel. There are a lot of changes coming forward because this year, my mission, my job is to be with you as much as humanly possible, given the fact that I am traveling and I don't have control over internet connection, things like that. However, there's something very important unfolding. And what my guides are talking about it is this is the moment in which we begin to weave the tapestry together as sentient strings of energy, with our particular purpose, meaning our spectral signature, our vibration. We are going to begin weaving together that which is meant to come forward, while Pluto and Saturn and Uranus and Neptune and all the things that are existing in the energy swirl do their work to destroy what is meant to fall away, so that we can begin to use the strings of energy that we have developed to literally create the future. So we're going to be engaged in futures inventions, and I want to jump right into your year ahead reading as a platform as we go forward. So there are the oracle cards that came out. And what my guides are, well, let's start there. They're talking about the wind. So they've had a lot of chatter coming through today about the air element and the importance of the air element in the place where we exist, in this realm of existence. Because what's literally going to happen when, as we weave the tapestry, and Pluto does its work with the assistance of the earth sign people that are going to manage energetically the weight of Pluto and the restructuring. And we all know there's nothing I have to say about it. You know what's going on. Make sure you check your astrology. Go deep this year into your chart so you understand yourself as a sentient, okay, my guys are saying prospect, all the things I already said, right? Strings of energy, because we are starseed. This literally, the platform of all of this has to do with the energy that we embodied when we came here. So for the air element, you are going to inherit the next phase. After 2020 is done, the tapestry begins to weave, and it is the air sign people that are going to accept the energy and move it out across the atmosphere. And massive shift and change. The next phase of the reweaving and the restructuring must, of course, go out into the atmosphere, utilizing the energy of the wind, the mental processing. So there are words coming through about the genius of the way the air sign people have the ability to process and deliver. And okay, so there's a word that's coming through. It's not just about delivering. It's about literally moving the energy in the atmosphere across the earth, utilizing the wind. Oh, getting a chill. So there you are, Libra. And of course, because you're you, it's all going to be about balance. So this year, please have the patience. Make sure to look at the other air sign readings and any significant placement you have in your chart, no matter what the element is, so that you understand yourself as a particular vibration. Okay, so no matter where you have Libra in your chart, study that. Go deep into the astrology. All right, so the very next thing, based on everything I just said, look, that's what's being woven together. So my guides are sort of doubling down on that energy, the sacred tree of life, that is in contact with both the earth element and the atmosphere, taking in the rain and the sunlight. So, we just had this eclipse. Full moon eclipse in the sign of Cancer. We have Cancer in the North Node. Love energy moving us forward. This is your placement. This is how deeply you affect all of humanity, all the sentient beings that are here, because of your atmospheric element and what happens when that energy moves on the wind. Because this is what we're all engaged in. This beautiful notion of soul rising. And again, my guides are talking about, you see what happens when a string of energy moves itself on a, my guides today have been talking about the, like the psyche, if you will, in terms of mental processing that the air element people have the ability to do, clarity coming forward, helping all of us rise into the upper atmosphere of our sacred intentions. A sweet soul rising happening all across the planet. You came here to assist this shift and change in this movement in this way. So don't doubt yourself this year. My guides have been talking a lot about make sure you're standing in the eye of the storm. Do not get caught up in the wind of the chaos. So keep your focus on the atmosphere, the upper atmosphere, the higher knowledge, the higher ability to process. That's what your strings of energy do. So check this out, because here's your reading. Let's jump in. So my guides are talking about, all right, so they want me to hold this up. They're saying it's the same thing. Do you see that? So the Fool card in this deck is the soul, because we're having this incredible journey. Do you see the notion of the cemetery and the Kundalini awakening that's going on along the spine? Let me see if I can get that right in the center for you. So it's about a certain type of awakening, the movement of the energy that then goes through the portal, the notion of death and rebirth, to go out into the mystical realm, to seek out the wisdom cauldron, the sacred bowl of all knowledge, of all experience, in order to turn destiny. That's what your energy's doing this year in 2020. You are literally assisting. You are the sacred wind that the energy is moving into the atmosphere as humanity has the soul rising through this phase of destruction and restructuring in all the ways that all prophecy over all time, I don't care what tradition you're from, there's a notion that equalizes that, my guides are saying, that represents. And so here's your energy. Libra, this is so phenomenal. I really love it. And I just want to say thank you in advance. That's the Tower card. Check it out. That's the changer of truth. Do you see what's happening? Look how intensely beautiful that is. All right. So this beautiful, sweet soul rising, this soul adventure, a new journey, hand in hand with the universe, looking up into the heavens while jumping off the cliff to create the new reality that's meant to come forward. It's very powerful. This much energy, my guides are talking about nuclear energy, etc., etc. Do you see the sacred cauldron there? See the bowl? Do you see what's falling out? That part of destiny that no longer serves us. Look. Do you see the, whoops, pardon me, wrong direction. See the bowl? Do you see what's happening? So, I just want to really focus on that a little bit and ask you to really focus your mental process on that notion, because it's come through in all the oracle cards that have come out for you about this year ahead. What is your spectral signature for? You are your purpose. My guides have been saying it for literally years. And part of your purpose is to be in your sentient energy in order to help weave together with all the energies that are here. So think about the billions of humanity. Okay, they're saying humanity. What they mean is human beings and other beings that are here in this place. Each one, if you look at your astrology, you have a very unique, specialized spectral signature. And when all those energies weave together through this process that we're in 2020, something amazing is, we have the potential to create something with all these beautiful threads of energy weaving together to make a new quilt, a new patchwork of human existence. It's really fabulous the way your energy, look, attends to this. So the Judgment of Battle, Four of Swords. Libra, this is perfect for you. This is about someone, a young warrior who was in a battle, won against all odds, and then goes into the deep, enters the sacred hut in order to have the repose, to understand what the journey was about, and to come to balance and putting the swords down. It's your energy that's going to bring the balance, that's going to allow that to happen on a real level. Because when you go into that sacred hut for this higher octave My guides are talking about, okay, so the vibration. They're talking a little bit about music, but they're using that as an illustration, if you will, about the higher octave of mental processing and the way your particular string of energy handles that. So again, they're talking about, and look together. Where's the water? Where's the fire? Do you have a stellium? What is your spectral signature? So when you go into the sacred hut, while the wind is blowing and the sweet soul rising is happening, while all of humanity begins to twist itself together between what's happening on the earth and what's happening in the elements above, look. Do you see that? Beseeching the universe for assistance about sacred knowledge, a very fertile moment, standing with the ancient ones. When you go into the sacred hut of your ability to process and use your energy to move us forward into this sacred foundation, a fertile moment, taking the wisdom of the ancients, literally bringing balance through your energy set point and asking for assistance. So 6 of Pentacles, it's about sacred knowledge. And what happens when we literally connect to the universe and say, help us please, give us your assistance, give us your wisdom. It is this place in which we stand that energetically needs a little bit of assistance. And so your energy is going to carry us into that request. And look, I have to cover this up because YouTube doesn't like it. So that's a Sheila McGee, right? This symbol is found in the places where the Celtic people lived. And it is about this shamanic movement across the portal. You see the head? Another notion of death and rebirth in these ways. So when we come through this year, let me just lower this a little bit so I can talk about it. This is the death card. In this deck, I hate having to go through this routine, but that's what censorship does for us. So that is the liberator of devotion. So this notion of death and rebirth, the Fool card, the Soul card, stepping out, going in to this cataclysmic type of change and utilizing your element to move it forward and come to extreme clarity. This is the changer of truth. That is the way the Libra energy is going to be used. That's the type of balance that you're bringing by existing here in this place. So thank you very much for making whatever decision was made to come and be here in this place to help us move forward through this type of death and rebirth, the literal restructuring of humanity. And here's the card. So that's the human experience that you can expect to have. You'll feel it within you. You will see it around you, but it will be the drive that comes up for you spiritually as you walk your human walk. So here's the card that is the bridge that ties the human existence together with the soul chakra, my guides call it. Your existence as a soul being, as a string of energy, sacred energy. Look, you see? That's you, Libra. Literally the balancer of harmony. This is the sacred goddess who calls out to seafaring vessels to help them find their way, using the stars and the energies of the universe to guide seafaring vessels forward safely into the port. Do you see how this goddess has been split down the central meridian and resewn? That's what your energy is doing. It's the way in which you bring balance to all of us, as the tapestry, right? My guides use that as an illustrative type of word in the hopes of bringing it into accessibility for human thought process. So there's a lot that's going on. And here on the soul chakra, we have another 4, the judgment of skill. What have our battles been? What have our desires been? How do we deal with the love element, the water? Just see your energy. So in Libra, watch Libra if you have a few minutes. In the Libra reading, my guides, we're talking about utilizing the air element in the way it actually functions. There's a lot of metaphor. So we're talking about love energy. The North Node is Cancer. And we just had this eclipse in Cancer on a full moon. It's about utilizing the cycle of the air element to help love energy come through its cyclical change, rising into the atmosphere, creating thunder and lightning. So when water evaporates and rises into the atmosphere, it literally releases hydrogen. It is still the element of water, but the covalent chemical bonds change and they stretch and it becomes less stable, which releases some of the hydrogen. Eventually, that's what creates thunder and lightning. Mini tutorial 101 or 100. My guys are saying 100. So understand how your element moves love energy forward. Philosophically, look deeply, come into your own ability to have mental process, mental brilliance, and clarity, changing the truth of the place in which we exist, because you are here to have this intense soul journey and to help humanity change its destiny through this soul cycle journey that's coming forward as we all ponder what is the nature of love. What does it mean? This is the Four of Wands. All right, do you see the blue shoes? Total transformation of our walk. And actually in Gemini, the King of Skill, the King of Wands came up, and in that card, in this deck, what he's doing is he has put the shield on the wall. He's no longer battling. He's literally making the new shoes with which he will walk forward into his next adventure. And look, there's Libra. So that's what my guides are talking about in terms of strings of energy. So the way each quadrant, they're calling it quadrant, cohort, whatever word, each sector of the air sign people, that's why my guides want you to watch all the videos, so you'll understand how the energy progresses through each piece of the air sign notation as a human element. So there we are, coming through 2020. We really want to be in the tent of celebration. We want to be bonded. We want it to happen with love energy. But we have to transform the way we walk. So on a soul chakra level, Libra, understand what this means. Just for you in your own life, but also how you affect humanity, because you are a quantum string, so to speak, of energy. And it's not just one. That's why my guides are talking about look into your astrology. Really begin to ponder. You guys are all brilliant. You're the kings, right? Kings and queens of mental processing, mental brilliance, clarity. And your particular string of energy is bringing forward the balance. I love that this is what's happening. And look, here's the next card on the soul chakra, my guides are saying today. The imaginer of harmony. So here we have the balancer of harmony as the bridge that's bringing our human experience through your quantum strings of existence, balancing harmony because of all the shift and change that's going on. And on the soul level, literally the moon card. And we just had this full moon eclipse, and there it is. So if you're not familiar with this deck, it's the Celtic Wisdom Tarot. This is about that sacred moment. Do you see how joined you are with the water element? Diving deep into universal consciousness, or having the choice to get in the boat and sail away to any place into which you can imagine where harmony exists. On a soul chakra level, please understand what that means and how deep it is and how powerful. And I'm getting a little choked up, which always tells me, my guides are sending energy through my heart chakra to help me understand, I'm getting the words right. So look what's next. The Sun card. Look at that. Libra. Okay, so there's energetic balance right there. The moon and the sun. The dark and the light. The journey that we take into and through both of these places. So the outcome on a soul chakra level that you're going to experience in your own life, you're going to have, I think, the internal drive in that direction. You're going to see factors of this within your human life. But today we're really just here to talk about quantum strings of energy, your purpose, your willingness to be here for this intense moment, to bring us through a culmination point and fully into the light, right? Look at that. The protector of sacred lore, standing on the ground of the ancients, to whom you went for guidance and assistance, while coming across this incredible portal, all right? Death and rebirth, and it's all over this reading, all over it. So this is, this is the most beneficial card you could have in a tarot reading, coming into the full light of the brilliance of balance. Right? Oh, I'm getting all choked up. And all that that means for humanity, helping us come forward, standing on the ground of the ancients, into the full light of the sun, in order to protect all that is sacred and use that. My guides are now, they're talking about profit from that, and from a sacred perspective, what that would mean to be standing in the full light of the sun, having come through this intense kind of journey to imagine harmony and bring it forward into balance after the destruction is done and that which does not serve falls out of the bowl. And that's the inception point. That's what your energy's doing. It's incredibly beautiful. So the last piece of this, the outcome card, look, is anybody surprised? There you are. A sacred mind meld literally with the universe. The ability to see both sides across the veil. It's firmly rooted now with these principles of balance and love and harmony. That's the star card. Look at that. And it is a notation of the ancient ones. So there are all kinds of visions coming into my head. My guys are talking about Easter Island, like ancient civilization. The place into which we arrived to have this journey that we've been on for however many millennia, right? That's the ability that you have in the year of 2020. That's what your energy is being used for, literally to bring forward sacred destiny. So trust yourself, trust your inner leadings, understand how your energy helps weave this tapestry for this purpose. Okay? Isn't that beautiful, the way the guides tied that together today, and sort of acknowledging you as an air element, the sacred wind on which the story comes forward and is moved into its existence. My guys are saying existence and things like set point, destiny. They're talking about destiny. They're using a lot of different words. So Libra, that's what I've got for you today. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for this. I mean, seriously, from the bottom of my little heart, wow. Understand yourself. Understand the intensity of your beauty and the beautiful sacredness of your existence. How you really do help humanity move forward. Stay in the eye of the storm. Do not succumb to stepping into the wind. The counterclockwise destructive part of this story. It's going to be a really intense year. So we have to keep our focus. All right. Okay. So they're wanting me to talk about, and I can't remember because I'm always half across if I said it, but this idea of futures invention. That's what we're going to be doing with this channel. Coming forward into 2020, I am meant to be on my spiritual walkabout to help weave this tapestry, to work together with the energy that I have. This little YouTube channel barely scratches the surface for me as a psychic, as a clairvoyant, the way I utilize sacred energy. So I'm being sent out to be with you for this purpose. And we're going to literally start weaving this tapestry as I move, wherever my movements take me. I trust that it's the place I'm meant to be. So much the same with you, but in the atmospheric conditions, my guides are saying. So I know that you're all, my guides are saying, wicked smart, right? You get it. So thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your accompaniment. I'm very much looking forward to what we're going to be able to create together as we move through 2020. And I'm working very hard in the background to create a new structure and a new set point for this channel and for my work so that we can actually literally work in an interactive way. And I'm going to clip it off there. It's hard for me to not talk about it because I am literally building a new structure for all of us to work together in all the places where I'm meant to be sent, I think, in my little spiritual walkabout. So thanks for being here with me. Thank you for your wisdom and your ability to bring forward the shift and change that's meant to come in 2020. And I'll look forward, God is willing, to being with all of you. All right. Thanks, gang, for being here. I'll see you soon.